preliminary budget, and the board is just seeing it for the first time tonight. Just so you know, page 6 is blank. There's no information missing. There's gonna be copies at the town clerk's office for the public to view. You have hours tomorrow, Sonia, is that right? No. Oh, today was the day, right? So Tuesday, there'll be copies at the town clerk's office. That's your next hours, right? Okay. There'll be copies to be viewed there. Basically, on the preliminary budget, we're looking at a 2.4% increase over last year's. The amount to be raised by taxes is $1,193,385. You want me to go through the changes?
That's what I'm, yeah.
So, the first change, we have the town board stayed the same. The justice personal services, which is the pay for the justice, we increased to $6,000. It's a $500 increase. The next change would be my pay up $750, and my contractual. We bought a printer this year. The contractual is now $1,700. The independent auditing, we started that account this past year, and we plan to have probably the same person file our annual report next year, so we budgeted $700 there. The next increase would be the assessor's personal services. Increase that from $27,150 to $27,500. And we also increased the assessor equipment because the county is doing the pictometry
Right.
that the town has to pay.
That's around 1,800 or so.
$1,800. So we increased his equipment to $2,000 to cover the $1,800 plus his any other equipment he had needs for. We lowered the attorney from $5,000 down to $2,500. We increased the engineering from $4,500 up to $7,000. And we increased the Board of Assessment review by $50. I guess that was for you wanted that for the chairman, is that right?
I thought
The chairman to make a little bit more
than the other members.
The buildings we increased from $21,900 to $29,000. That money basically comes from the Verizon cell tower rent. The unallocated insurance remained the same. Let's see, everything stays the same on the rest of that page. The highway superintendent pay we increased from $46,700 to $47,200. The garage contractual we increased to $45,000 from $41,900. The cemeteries we increased from $600 up to $7,500. Planning on helping toward the sidewalk in front of the cemetery.
And we got trees to take down the
Trees.
cemeteries that Mark was talking about.
And then the medical insurance increased from $33,125 to $34,450, about 2% increase on that. The interest and earnings we decreased from 200 to 100. And the rental of real property, which is the cell tower rent, we increased that to $38,000 revenue. And all the rest of the revenues stayed the same for the general A. The general B, Everything. Oh, the library, we took from $2,000 down to $1,500. The revenue, we decreased the interest from $50 down to $10, and that's it for the general B. The highway DA, we increased the machinery contractual by $9,000 to $200,000. And the medical insurance also increased from $66,375 to $67,415. The interest and earnings revenue, we decreased from $500 to $400. Highway DB, we increased the general repairs contractual from $418,000 to $430,000. And then the insurance was increased, the same as the DA was, to 2%. The interest and earnings down from 500 to 100, and we increased the chips from $220,000 to $250,000. The Treadwell Light District remained the same. For the expenditures, $3,800. The interest and earnings we reduced from $10 down to $5. The Water District, the expenses remained the same. We lowered the interest and earnings revenue from $20 to $10. And the Fire District has not adopted a budget yet that we know of. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
So it does keep us underneath the cap.
Pneumonia and sepsis.
Just,
And I'll just, it was my suggestion to lower the libraries, our, the amount given to the free library, because it seems like the only time we wanna show up is if you cut their budget. So it's, I'm not against putting the money back into it, but I presume the rec committee's here to give us a budget of some sort or talk about it. And if that's the case, which is a good thing. And I want the concern from the library too. I mean, last year, I think they were asked to give a financial statement for their, for their stuff, and I don't know if we ever did get a financial statement from them last year.
We
And
had
that-
we had 2 consecutive years, we got one
Right.
report.
Just- The thing is, they'll be here next month, there's no doubt about it, and that's fine, but I hate to, one of these years, we aren't gonna have the money back in if they don't give us, some concern, I guess. And that was totally me, not Paul at all. So if we're gonna get hammered, let me, here I am. Is there any questions for Paul? I know it's a tentative budget.
I do.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty meager raise. Where did you come up with that number when I showed you that most of the town justices are getting somewhere between 8,500 a year? It's been 9 years, Jeff,
Since you had
and I'm
a
doing the
raise.
job as best I can, and there's a lot of responsibility involved. I think that's a pretty meager raise.
Well, that's what Paul and I, or I'm the one with doing the $500 here.
It was only $500 9 years ago. Times have changed, there's a lot more responsibility with,
Well, I'm
Doing
not
this
saying,
job.
it's not just I'm the one who said $500. And I understand your concern. and it's
maybe
a
you
town
ought to
board.
see what is necessary for me to do this job.
Well,
There's a lot of
and
responsibility.
I don't doubt there is, and I'm not saying there isn't, I'm not saying you're not worth more, Gary. That's what I felt the town could handle at this time. Now, it's up to the board, it's not to me. This is the tentative budget is put together by Paul and I work on it.
Well, I
That's-
hate to sit here and pick at it, but this is, It's not fair. And
Well,
if you
I'm-
looked at all the other towns and what they're paying their town justices, you would see the difference for what we do here, or what I do.
Mhm.
It's not fair.
Well, it's up to the town board, if they think we ought to pay more, that's fine. That's what we put in the budget, and that is able to be
I'm
looked
just
at
letting
and
you-
added
I'm
to.
just letting you know, I'm very
Yep.
upset about it. It's
Okay.
very
Yep,
meager.
and I understand where you're coming from,
You
Gary.
need to come to court and see what I do. And you need to know how much time I have to put into it.
Well,
I like to do the job, and I
Yes,
want to do it
yes.
the best of my ability.
yes, I
But
agree with
I
that.
think you're really being very meager in your raise.
Well, you
Very
know
meager.
what, if you took, what, the time I spend in my job and what I get, sometimes it's very meager too.
What kind of responsibility, Jeff? Do you
Oh,
know?
I have no responsibility.
You know, if I screw up, I lose my reputation and everything else.
I could probably have the same thing.
It's a
Gary.
very
Sorry.
difficult.
I'm not, your job, hey, I appreciate you doing it, and I'm not saying you're overpaid, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is what I felt was adequate in the budget, and if it's not, you're voicing your concern,
Okay.
and here's the board that can respond to it. And
This
I'm
is
not gonna
not-
tell the board, you're not gonna do nothing about it. If they feel that it can be raised, then that's
What I'm
fine.
trying to say is that this is a whole difference, that the whole court system is much different than when Donnie was in. You don't sit at a table where you have two sawhorses with a piece of plywood on it and do your job. You have to know a lot more, and you're required to know a
Very well
lot
might
more.
be that. That very well might be carried. And I'm not knocking your, the job, I think you're doing a great job. That's what I felt was adequate, and you have the right to
Okay.
ask for more, and you have, and I guess it's up to the
What
board
are
to
you asking
decide.
for?
I think 7,500 is adequate.
Gary, as far as your dollar value, I don't think any of us really step into this expecting to get paid per hour. In a small community like this, I think a lot of it is considered community service.
Well, I'm putting
Now,
a lot
you
of
can
time.
call it sawhorses or not, you look at whatever I did, however I did, my responsibility was just as important as yours. And along with that, I started out at 1,500. I never complained, never grumbled, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be worth more. But if you think all I did was count on a pair of sawhorses, I think you're a little bit crazy.
Donnie, how much of the computer work do you have to do? Do you know how much time I have to pay on this computer? And then what I have to
don't think
learn?
that, Gary, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I think any of us in this community, the amount of time that we put into something, we don't expect to be totally reimbursed for it.
I'm only asking to be fairly treated as a, if you looked at the overall, what the town justice is getting throughout the county, I was asking for a minimal amount to be paid for. I think it's only fair, that's all. I'm not asking for a lot, I've been doing it for 9 years now. And if you looked at where I presented you the amount that other judges are getting in the other towns, much smaller and a lot less work. And I think it's a fair amount to ask for. So I'm putting it out there, I'm just upset about it, okay?
Yep.
And I'll do the job, no matter what.
Right,
But I think it's not fair, and I just want to voice my opinion.
I mean, thank you for that. I mean,
Okay.
that's, you know, you might better do it here as to,
I mean, I'm doing stupid stuff. The trimming around the building was not done the whole summer. How many times did I ask you, Jeff?
you know,
I went down the other day because I was ticked off about it, and I did it myself. I've been doing that for the last couple of years.
right. That does look nice now. I see it Monday.
I mean, it's a shame that the place has to look like it is. It's a disgrace. I get so many comments made by lawyers that come in, and it's just, people say, what is this place? It's terrible, and it's not right.
Well, I'm hoping that we are in the process of changing that.
Yeah, okay. Just
And
voice.
then we won't have to worry about the lawn maintenance either.
Well, that wasn't done right either.
No,
Who was doing it? And how much was he getting paid?
we haven't got a bill yet unless we received one. We haven't got a bill all summer from, that was, well, no, Banks. Joanna Banks' son.
Oh,
Yeah, I talked to her about it, and she said, well, my son is working for the county now, he doesn't have time. I said, that's not the point. You decide to do this job, you do the damn thing.
I'm changing light bulbs. I'm fixing things that fall apart in there. Nobody's doing anything. I mean, this is crazy.
Well, I guess, who do you talk to?
I'm trying to talk to you.
Huh?
Somebody's gotta step up to the plate and take care of the building. And make it look proper. I mean, it's
We're
a
not gonna
town.
put a damn cent in that building, and we're gonna fix the heating system so it gets us through the winter. After that, that building is owned by the Railroad Foundation, not by Franklin. So until, they don't wanna put a penny into it, and that wasn't part of it was their responsibility to maintain it, not us. And I'm not saying you should have to do all the stuff either, but, you know, I mean, we are in the process of, you know, we've been talking about it anyway, you know, putting an addition on. I was hoping Dave was gonna be here tonight, he at least talked to you, right?
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, I did my research on that, so.
Yep, and I've heard there's plans out there for at least one possible plan, and we've gotta just get moving forward on it. And, because it's not right for you, I agree, that what you have up there is shambles or whatever. But
It's crazy.
we cannot put money, I mean, we're not gonna tear the building apart to increase the room for the court, because it's not our building to tear apart. And the lawyers, I did talk to the lawyer today, and she said it is, you know, they can get out of it anytime they want to, but we can't. But I said, we only pay $1 a year for it. She says, oh, okay. You know, but, you know, she said, when you wanna get out next year, when we get the building added on, you know, there won't be an issue. We could still lease it for $1 a year for storage, but I wanna get out and they want us out. If you talk to John, John just wants to tear it down.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they don't have funds.
They had a lot of money to put into the building that's joining old Walter's house.
Yeah, well,
George's
that's
house.
where they must have put it all, because they aren't putting it in this one. And we'll get through the winter. It's not good, it's not good for the town clerk, it's not good for the code enforcement officer, it's not good for you.
It's a shame.
But it is a shame, it is. But it's not our building, and when you start tearing into an old house like that, trying to redo it, yeah, pot is, you know, you can't put enough money in the pot to fix it. That's my opinion, and if the board doesn't agree, talk about it.
I agree.
I mean, that's, and I think the taxpayers, everybody, I mean, when they realize what it is, it's not us that are really, you know, wanna see you in that facility, no. When you first went in, it was great, because Walter took care of it.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, once he passed away, the funds dried up. And they're not worried about maintaining
According to
that.
the lease, John was supposed to be taking care of that building,
That's right.
and it's pitiful.
Okay, are you gonna sue them to get it done? Because that's the only thing you can do, because they're not gonna do it, they don't have the funds for it. They got a lawyer on staff,
You think
so
they-
we're gonna, you know, the only way you'd have to do it is to sue them, I would think.
I'm sure they have the funds, they just don't wanna do anything, so.
You know,
You get it for $1 a year and they're ticked off about it. It's a
Could
shame.
be, could be, but I've been told there's no funds available, maybe not. You know, I haven't looked at their financial report either. But,
All right, well,
okay,
I'll bite the bullet, but I'll tell you, it's really upsetting.
oh, I don't like the conditions you're in up there either, Gary, and I know that's probably not all what you're talking about, but the conditions, you know, it's not right, but why throw $10,000, $20,000 up there for a year's time when we're gonna be doing something here? That's, you know, we're gonna have to fix the heating system, because John's not gonna put a penny into that either. I don't believe, I told him we're talking about getting it up and working,
Yeah.
you know, and he said, okay, and, you know, is there gonna be any shared billing or not? I guess I'm not concerned. We've gotta have the heating system, that's just a fact. And if they're not gonna fix it, we've gotta fix it.
Yeah, okay, because I've already been told by my clerk, if that building's freezing, she's not working. Oh, that was it.
And no, it's not gonna be freezing, we're gonna get the furnace, the heating system working. That's, I mean, it's gotta be a heating system from down cellar, because if you don't, we could put electric heaters in it to maintain, so you don't freeze upstairs. But then all the plumbing will freeze in the cellar, so
Yeah. I
who's
mean,
gonna pay for that?
there's all new plumbing in that basement, I don't know if you realize.
That's what I mean, that we gotta maintain, I mean, it's just, we've got the bathrooms that we gotta maintain and stuff, so, or the bathroom we have to maintain.
Case in point, who is doing that?
Who's doing that?
Who's responsible for keeping the building clean? And the
That's
floors?
Roland Penny.
All right. He doesn't do a great job, let me put it that way.
Okay, well, we'll have to get hold of Roland.
I mean, I don't wanna pick on Roland, but I'll tell you, it's, the floors are dirty, it's grungy. And he's doing whatever he's doing is a lick and a promise.
Okay.
Could be picked up,
We'll talk to Roland, see
okay?
if he can, I know, I've heard the bathroom's not the nicest place in the world,
No.
but, yes,
I'm Amanda Groff, I'm on the rec commission, and we have a youth bureau position during the summer that we utilize at the pool. And if you are still in that building this upcoming summer, that's certainly something that we could help you with, cleaning a bathroom, doing some string trimming. The youth bureau position is not only village, but it's also town-wide. And if we can help out there and.
so you and the rec committee in the village shared one, right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, but again, it's only summer months.
Yep.
We don't have any winter availability, but if we
Right.
could help, if that's something that we could put on our to-do list, we would, certainly be willing to mow the lawn, string clean, string trim,
Right.
clean the bathroom, whatever we can do.
Well, the bathrooms and stuff, we've got a cleaning service right now that probably just needs to be talked to.
There's enough hours
Right, right.
for
Well, I
that
appreciate-
position during the
Right.
week and during the
Right.
summer that we certainly could do something else besides just what we're doing at the pool.
Right.
So please
Well,
reach out to us.
Trimming and stuff around would be a help, there's no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yep.
But it's only for
Yeah.
what, 10 weeks?
It is
Or
for
something.
8 weeks,
8
I
weeks,
believe.
okay.
We did do some trimming, some cemetery work this summer,
Right, right.
keeping things trimmed. So
Okay,
if we can help out with that, please reach out to us.
okay, thank you, Amanda.
Younger people are easier to do that stuff than us. Keep them busy.
Great,
I
great.
gotta bring up another subject, who's gonna do this snow shoveling in the winter?
I believe it's gonna be, Mike has done it, did it last year, right? I believe he got billed for it anyway.
Yeah, you did it
Shovel-
last
he
year.
did it
Mike
last year,
Ritz.
Mike Ritz.
And Dawn told me he will not be doing it if she's not there.
Okay.
I mean, when Connie had it, she had the broom and she'd get out there and be
Right.
sweeping several times a day, but I don't think you're gonna be able to do that this year.
Right, right.
The broom is falling apart, matter of fact, I'm gonna buy a new one.
Okay, yeah, all that, I didn't realize, okay, that does make sense. So we'll have to find, hopefully, a young individual that wants to earn some money. There's some young individuals in here I see tonight. Food for thought if you're interested, how's that? Okay.
Can I touch on another subject?
Yeah,
Signs. Do you think that maybe we can approach the businesses in Franklin to put up some decent signs, like saying, "Welcome to Franklin"? Something that looks really nice. I mean, it's pretty pathetic what we got. The sign fell out down here, this Catskill, it said Catskill Turnpike sign, fell down, it leaned up against a stone wall.
is that
Now
right
it's-
out at the driveway?
Yeah, now it's rotted out. I mean,
I'm not
it's,
sure.
it would show a little bit more pride in the town.
Don Hubbard was gonna,
Yeah, he had trouble finding a place to put them. He's wanting to put them up. And there's apparently the person who
There
owns
is.
the property doesn't want them back to where they were.
oh, really?
Yes. He said no.
Okay.
Is
So-
that the one just down here? Yeah.
Well,
So,
hopefully-
I mean, Don has the signs, he's got the posts.
Okay,
I mean,
It's just
it'd be nice
finding
to
a
have
place.
something like what Treadwell has, it, that,
right,
it's a nice looking sign, looks,
yeah.
It shows a little bit of pride in the town.
What's wrong with the white signs that are there?
But no, I don't think there's any.
No, they're down now.
They're rotted, and most of them are rotted. The one in front of the court's just, if I push it, I'll have to fall.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
On the other end of town, right?
Both
And this
They're all.
Two ends.
No, isn't it?
Everman's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, these are comments that, you know, it sounds odd, but when I'm in the court, people are bringing this stuff up to me. So, gee, I can't even find a town, there's no signs, it looks terrible. I mean, you can't believe some of the stuff that comes across. So just bringing it up.
Okay, well, the signs have been looked at, there's a little discrepancy on where they can go, I guess. You know, now we talked about it.
He's looking for permission to put it someplace.
Right.
But the Franklin sign is right there, as far as I know. The white one is still there.
Yeah, that
By
one.
Holliquid. We weren't gonna have it here, but the village, they put a stop work order on it. Or the code officer put a stop work order on it, so we had to put it down there. Yeah,
That's correct.
yes.
Well, the village line is down there, not out here. I don't know, that's the first I'd heard about. I know it was taken, you know, it wasn't put up, or whatever.
What a shame. I mean,